As we remain standing, I want us to open our Bibles to Daniel 2, and I'll read verse 21. Daniel 2, verse 21. I'll read. And he changes the times and the seasons. He removes kings and raises up kings. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to those who have understanding. Praise the Lord. Since we've been standing for a while, we can have our seats. This morning I title my word, Season of the New Kings. Church, based on the scripture, says, and he changes the times and the seasons. He removes kings and raises up new kings. I want you to know that it's the Lord himself that changes the times and the seasons. He's the one that also removes kings and raises up new kings. He's the one that replaces the old ones. My prayer is that our names will be included in the list of the new kings in the mighty name of Jesus. The first thing I want you to know this morning is you agree with me that the season has changed. Yes, we changed from a different government to another government. Apart from that, the world has changed. The price of a barrel of oil was $140 before. Now it's about $30. Even our naira, we've never experienced it before, is about 320. 328. I mean, if somebody would have told me at the beginning of the year our dollar would be about 300 and something, I would say it's a lie. Praise the Lord. Shell, they're going to be laying off about 10,000 people. British Petroleum, about 7,000. CBN even said Nigeria should brace themselves for hard times. But one thing I want you to know, no matter how bad the season is, the Lord is still in control. It is the Lord that has called this season. It's not Satan. What is happening all over the world. It's not just your family alone, or in Nigeria or in Lagos State. It's all around the world. But one thing I know is that when one season ends, another season starts. Praise the Lord. When the sun goes down, signifies the end of a day. But when the sun is rising, it's the beginning of a new day. Which one belongs to you? I pray it's the beginning of a new season, a beginning of a new day. Church, in the season of plenty, it's so easy to make money. I mean, the crude oil is 140. Nigeria was making so much money. It was so easy. But now it's $30. Nigeria is crying and everybody is crying. In whichever way you see it, you know it's time of famine. But one thing I want you to understand, that even in the times of famine, is the beginning of a new season for some people. So famine doesn't mean that is the end of it. It means it's the season for some people to shine. Praise the Lord, and I believe we'll be included in that season in the name of Jesus. Our God creates different seasons. I need your attention now. There's some people here, based on your DNA, based on how God created you, based on your nature, the way you see things and the way you think. The only season that you can flourish, thrive, shine, perform, blossom, it's in this season. Praise the Lord. In the times of plenty, they find it difficult. But for those that this season are made for, you will find it easy in the mighty name of Jesus. The people are created specifically for these times, for times of famine. You know what they call the cactus tree? It only shines in the desert. Camels are made specifically for the desert because they have round hooves which are big, so they can easily walk in the desert. That is where they shine. So I also want to believe that there are some people seated here this morning, that this season of famine is for you also to shine in the mighty name of Jesus. Do you know that some cars are tropicalized, made for some times, for some seasons, for some country? The same way, you cannot drive a car where you drive a Jeep. A Jeep is made for rough roads. Some people are made for this season. It is their time. And my prayer is that you will survive in the mighty name of Jesus. The people I'm talking about that are here, they understand these times. Scripture says the sons of Issachar knew the signs of the times and what Israel ought to do. These people know these times and they know what to do. I want us to look a little bit about Joseph. Joseph's star did not shine until the times of famine. These people understand this season. They have the solution to this season. This season bows down to them. Praise the Lord. The ability to deal with this season, it's already with them. They might not know it yet, like Joseph, but my prayer is that after this message, those that are seated here will know it in the name of Jesus. I want you to look at what Joseph went through. His brothers, they threw him into the pit. They sold him. He went to Pharaoh's house as a slave. They lied against him. And they threw him into prison. But in all what he went through, the thing that the Lord planted in him was never affected. The ability to deal with the season of famine was still intact. Praise the Lord. When Joseph came into the presence of Pharaoh, I want you to get this and understand this clearly. Pharaoh had a dream, and they said it was only Joseph that could interpret this dream. And they called Joseph out. Joseph came. The Bible said he shaved, he cleaned himself, he did everything to appear in the presence of Pharaoh. And I will explain that part later. When he appeared in the presence of Pharaoh, Pharaoh told him the dream. Immediately, Joseph decoded the dream. Not only did he decode the dream, he gave Pharaoh the answer to the solution. And Pharaoh handed over the kingdom to him. Now, I want you to understand this. The time Joseph spent with Pharaoh was not 1 year. It was not 1 month, not 1 week, not even a day, some few hours. Somebody that was not an Egyptian, a prisoner, ex-convict. It wasn't even a Muslim. It wasn't even their religion. But yet, Pharaoh saw him, came in contact with him. The few hours, he handed over the kingdom to him. Brethren, I've come to announce to you that this season, you will come in contact with that person that has been waiting for you in the mighty name of Jesus. See, Saul came across Samuel, his life changed. David also contacted Samuel, his life changed. I believe in this season you will contact your Samuel and your life will change in the mighty name of Jesus. Joseph had the solution to the times of famine. See, we will hear every story. I want you to understand that we've not heard everything we need to hear about famine. There's still more stories coming. The stories might be bad, yeah. But what I want to do today is to have you to understand that these things are not supposed to create fear in you. The same way God created Joseph to handle famine, the same way God has created you also to handle this season in the mighty name of Jesus. So don't be afraid. I've spoken to a lot of people. They've complained about this season, and I continue to look at them that there must be something the Lord has planted in you for you to handle this season. God created this season. And our pastor has said there is no scarcity in heaven. So that means in any season, there is no scarcity. The only difference is that when it's in the season of plenty, a lot of people will be making it. In the season of famine, a lot of people will also be making it. So the solution is we all have our different seasons. Praise the Lord. Two things I want you to note. That which God has planted in you for this season. There is no experience, there is no challenge you've been through, no matter how bad or how good, will take away that which God has planted in you. The only thing is for you to discover that which God has planted in you. The second thing I want you to know, that which God has planted in Joseph was never appreciated. So you might be going around complaining that nobody appreciates you, that even your boss does not appreciate you. But I want you to understand that the day Joseph met with Pharaoh, Pharaoh appreciated Joseph. So it's just for you to come in contact with that person that will appreciate you in the mighty name of Jesus. And which season is that going to be? This season in the mighty name of Jesus. This season is your season. And I believe you will come in contact with your own Samuel. That will bring the total change in your life in the mighty name of Jesus. Pharaoh saw something in Joseph. He recognized it. And Pharaoh gave up everything for that thing he found in Joseph. Pharaoh said, we'll be on the same level, but the only thing that will be greater than you regards is just the throne. That means Pharaoh and Joseph were on the same level. The only difference was the throne that Pharaoh had over Joseph. Today, I don't want you to look down on yourself. I don't want you to think that you're a failure. I don't want you to think that this season is going to cripple you. No. This season is your season. Again, this season is your season. I see a lot of people here. You've not gotten to anywhere yet. That place is waiting for you. It's for you to come in contact with that your Samuel, and you'll get there in the mighty name of Jesus. I want us to open our Bible to Genesis 41, verse 33. I'll read. This was when Joseph came in contact with Pharaoh, just to prove my point. 38. It says, and Pharaoh said to his servants, can we find such a one as this, a man in whom is the Spirit of God? That means in the whole of Egypt, there was no one that had the solution except Joseph. I want to also believe. You see, Nigeria is going through a lot. A lot of people are saying, yes, we're running after those that have stolen money. But where is the economic direction of this country? And I believe there's some people here that have this direction in the mighty name of Jesus. Pharaoh said, where can we find this man? And I want to believe that man is sitting here in the mighty name of Jesus. Pharaoh recognized it. And he handed over the kingdom to Pharaoh. Even with the little time he spent with Joseph. My prayer is that this is our season of recognition in the mighty name of Jesus. How many of us have heard of Donald Trump here? Donald Trump. Everyone here. As loud as the man is. He even said if he shot somebody in New York, his people will still vote for him. And I want to believe it. I know a little bit about Donald Trump. This Donald Trump you see has gone bankrupt so many times. And in his book, the man said, they always ask him, how come you always bounce back? He said, because I already have the thing in me. He said, if I should fall, go bankrupt today, tomorrow I'll bounce back and you'll see me there again. He has identified that which he has in him. My prayer for us as Christians, I believe we have more than that which Donald Trump has. So I believe it's time for us to discover it in the mighty name of Jesus. I pray for everybody present here today that this is your season to bounce back in the mighty name of Jesus. A few weeks ago, I was fortunate to be in a gathering whereby we had one of the state governors who was present there, about 5 of us. And he was telling his best friend, well, let me say his close friend, that my brother, things have changed. That the season of, you know what I'm talking about, that season is over. And his friend was just looking at him. He said, sure, I'm telling you, the season is over. That those days of us even waiting for the federal allocation from the federal, you're not even sure of the allocation. You're not even sure of the figure that it has drastically reduced. So now that every governor must perform, it's not the season whereby governors sleep. They owe salaries, they owe contractors, bank loans, and everything. So everything is on them. And even when we were sitting with him, he was looking at the TV, CCTV. There were some people sitting at the lobby. He said, can we see those people? We said, yes. He said, those people are his friends. That these people come every day waiting for him to pay them for the project they have done. He said, yeah, they are his friends. He gave them the project, but he doesn't have the money to pay them. He said sometimes that before they will cry, they will come, and he will give them about 500,000. He said, even if I continue to give them that 500,000, how is he going to survive as the governor of the state? So those people were there. He said sometimes those people were there for 2 or 3 days, 5 days. And when he is going out, he will take another road to avoid these people. What I'm trying to tell you is that the season has changed. It's not the season whereby you go looking for contracts here and there. It's the season for you to add value to the system. Praise the Lord. The governor also told us a story about a copper. The copper was from another state. He said this copper was posted to one of the agencies. And in that agency, they had so many problems. And that this copper was part of the solution to the problem. I'm sure a lot of us know about those people driving Marwas, Okadas, and the bus stops and the bus parks and everything. It was in chaos. So this boy was called. What he did was he started checking those parks out, their parks. He found out the person they respect, somebody that can be their leader, and also a deputy. So what he did after some few months, he organized each section, each park. He came up with a leader. He made the leader to choose his deputy. So the state government now established those unions. And since then, everything started moving smoothly. No fights. Everything was moving smoothly. So they now wrote a report about this copper to the governor. And when this copper finished, the governor made him his SA, a special assistant, a copper. Now, this story I'm telling you is what the governor told us. And this boy was not even from that state. But the governor identified that which was in that boy and said, I'm not going to let this boy escape. This boy must work for me. Brethren, this morning, I want us to identify that which God has planted in us. Because that is the thing that will be recognized to take us to where we're going in the mighty name of Jesus. Talking about this season, I believe there's a lot of, can I say, wealth to be created. I was reading in the papers, Unilever. They said in a year, their raw materials for the year is about 35 billion naira. And they said now they want to look inward. So when you look inward with 35 billion naira, that means you're going to be creating wealth with that 35 billion naira. And I pray to God that some of those wealth will be shared amongst us in this church in the mighty name of Jesus. Also Guinness. They said currently their local content is about 50%. And they're planning to go to 70%. Again, wealth is going to be created through this. So what am I trying to say this morning is that don't be afraid of this season. This season is meant to be conquered. And we will conquer this season in the mighty name of Jesus. Church, do you know we still import chicken, eggs, and all those things? Even with our population. I was speaking to somebody that works in Calvary. He told me that even dried egg, which is flakes, the powder, is still imported into this country. We produce these eggs, but yet there is somewhere outside Nigeria that they still dry it and we import it into this country. Why can't somebody in Nigeria come up? We need to look inward. The Lord has given us everything for us to prosper. He has given us the solution for this season. And my prayer is that we'll cooperate with him in the mighty name of Jesus. I have another example. How many of us have heard of EasyJet? They provide the cheapest tickets in the world, moving from one country to another country. Now, in UK, they've come up with Easy Shop. 25p, everything in the shop. And people are patronizing them. And they keep on smiling to the bank. Church, we're going to pray as I'm going to round up this morning because of time. While others are crying a casting down, I believe our own portion here is we are saying a lifting up. In the times of Joseph, they bought all the livestock, the land, the children. People sold their children. People sold themselves to Pharaoh. I'm praying that we will be in the group of those buying, not those selling, in the mighty name of Jesus. I want you to join my group. The group saying a lifting up. Those that will conquer these times the same way Joseph conquered famine. Those that know that that which is in us is greater than that which is them, which is the famine. So I call you to rise up this morning as we rise up as kings of the new season. Praise the Lord.
It's a new season. It's a new day. Fresh anointing is coming our way. It's a season of power and prosperity. It's a new season coming to me. Hey, it's a new season. It's a new day. Fresh anointing coming our way. It's a season of power and prosperity. It's a new season coming to me.
Praise the Lord. Just two prayers. I want us to pray that this season will favor me in the mighty name of Jesus. I want you to pray that every form of fear the Lord will take out of you. Everything that you're scared of concerning this season will be removed in the mighty name of Jesus. Pray that this season, Lord, is my season. Open my eyes to see the wells. The same way David met Samuel, that Lord, I should meet my Samuel in the mighty name of Jesus.
Fresh anointing coming.
In Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. In Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. I want you to celebrate the Lord this morning. For those that know this is their season, as we continue with the service, I want you to remain standing for our second hymn, O Worship the King, all glorious above.